Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks. And if you're a regular on the channel, welcome back to Earphone Tuesdays, the feature where we unbox and review an audio product, and in this case, it's a product from a brand we've seen before on the channel. It's the SoundPEATS Mini Pro. So, as you probably know, SoundPEATS is an affordable brand of consumer electronics that specializes in audio products, specifically in wireless earbuds, and we've been covering them on Tech Travel Geeks for a few years now. So we were very happy to have them actually reach out to us and offer us a sample for review here on the Tech Travel Geeks. We obviously didn't take any form of payment from them, but they have sent us a set of earbuds which we did not purchase on Amazon for review. And in terms of packaging, things have moved on at SoundPEATS since we last purchased a set of headphones from them. So as you can see, this is a set of TrueWireless earbuds. The specifications are pretty specific here. The key things to bear in mind is that they have a Qualcomm chipset, they're Bluetooth 5.2, that they do support aptX and many other formats, including ANC. They have 10 meter working range that's declared. Obviously, if you have anything in between you, that may be reduced. And they declare up to 7 hours playback on one charge, just on the earbuds. And if you use the wireless power bank or the case for them, you get a total of 21 hours of playback. So 3 charges in total for the earbuds with 1 charge of the device. So that's pretty much it. The packaging obviously has a nice depiction of the earbuds themselves. Let's open up the box and have a look at the SoundPEATS Mini Pro. Today is also a momentous day for me. I have retired the Google Pixel 5, which did a fine job over the course of 18 months, but it's now time to move on my main SIM cards to the Google Pixel 6 Pro. And that's what we'll be putting the SoundPEATS Mini Pro through their paces with. Right then, so booklet of information. This is pretty well refined, good graphics, details on how to pair the buds to your smartphone. We'll go through that. I'm sure we can figure it out without having to read the manual. But having said that, it would be amusing if I had to resort to it. What else is in the box? So this is actually a really cool card with the earbuds. So this is the silicone tips that go on them. I'm assuming that's large and small and medium already applied. This is nothing new, but extra points to SoundPEATS here. There's less plastic there. So the packaging is overall quite recyclable. It's mostly cardboard. There is, in this case, a USB Type-C cable in the box. So that's USB Type-A to USB Type-C. Great to see this, because if you have any smartphone apart from the fruity ones, you'll be able to use your phone charger to charge your earbuds. You don't have to take a separate cable or a separate charger with you on holiday or on your travels. You have that always handy USB Type-C connector. And let's have a look at the earbuds themselves. So there is some plastic packaging on here. It's a soft touch plastic bag. And, oh, that's actually really nice to hold. So it's a soft touch matte finish with the SoundPEATS logo embossed on the front and the little notification LED. It has a nice finish around the edge here and the hinge, and then we have the USB Type-C port on the back. There is no other ports on the device. So let's take the SoundPEATS Mini Pro out of their charging case and have a look at them. So obviously there's some pogo pins for charging them, and those pogo pins are covered with a little blue sticker which you take off to enable them to be charged and used. So I'm just going to pop the SoundPEATS back in, and that's a pretty cool logo as well. If you look at it, you can see that you have that S in a shield, but it's a partial S. It's not quite the HTML5 logo, but it's getting pretty close to it. And now that the earbuds are charging, we see them both lit up. So when they're in the case, that's them. So I'm going to take a USB Type-C cable here, plug them in, and see what the front LED is like. So it's showing up as a glowing or breathing green to say that the SoundPEATS are charging. And at the back you can see that's what it looks like with a USB Type-C cable in. Right, so let's fire up our Google Pixel 6 Pro. Now, currently I am connected to my TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra P079, but what we're going to do is pair a new device. There's a few devices around me, including my sofa, and I'm going to take the earbuds out of the case. This should turn them on, and I'm going to pop them in my ear to see if we can connect them. There we go, we can see SoundPEATS Mini Pro there. I'm going to tap on them. And I trust them, so I'm going to give them access to my call history, that way I can make calls. There we go, so as we can see, they are active. They're currently at 50% battery charge. That should be enough to double check that they're connected. So to do that, I'm going to use YouTube Music. Let's just fire up a track from one of my playlists. Yes, they work. Great. So what I'll do is go through putting them through their paces. I will listen to some audiobooks, to some podcasts, as well as music, and give you some feedback on that. But before I do that, I'll also put them in a very practical use case. I'm going to make a video call to our Chief Aperture Officer here at Tech Travel Geeks. I'm going to call Lukasz and record that call so that you get an idea of what they sound like at the other end when used with a microphone. So not just my impressions of the speaker, you can also understand what they perform like in a normal video call. And so, okay, I will be back in a moment. I hope you enjoy the sample video call, and then we'll be back with our full review in a few hours or days, depending on how we get on. And so here we are with the SoundPEATS Mini Pro on a video call with our Chief Aperture Officer, Lukasz. Hey Lukasz, how are you?
Hey Matteo, I'm doing great. How is things with you?
Good, thanks. It's watch season here at Tech Travel Geeks, so we've already started our work on the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra GPS, very catchily named product. But as far as smartwatches go, it has all the bells and whistles. The only thing that, in my view, is a bit weak is the battery life, but all the bells and whistles make that necessary. Then we also have the Honor Watch GS3. So this is another upcoming video or series of videos on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel. So lots going on. How about you? What are you working on?
Good. I've got the Poco phone. Let me see, the gaming phone, the Poco F4 GT with RGB lights and buttons and everything. So
Excellent.
it's a lovely phone. We've got the unboxing already, and I'm working on the setup video and the sample. So yeah, good stuff.
So it's fair to say that during the month of June, we'll likely have at least a video a day going forward. It's going to be a very busy month for Tech Travel Geeks. And whilst we're at it, we're going to also be publishing our long-term reviews of some Samsung smartphones and accessories as well. Not to mention, watches brings me back to the exciting days of smartwatches around about 6 years ago. And what that means is that it's not just the watches, the accessories as well. Both the Honor smartwatch, the Honor GS3, and the TicWatch Pro use standard watch straps, and there's plenty to choose from on Amazon. So you can swap out any straps that suit you. But Lukasz, what is it you're using at the moment? Still the original Huawei watch?
Yeah, the one from the P30 Pro or Mate 30 Pro times.
Wow.
So quite a few years old, but it's still
So
a
that
lovely.
must be the Mate 20 Pro.
Oh, Mate 20, yeah, maybe, yeah.
The lovely
It's still a
purple
great
one.
watch. It's still a great watch.
Yeah.
And how are the headphones you're testing?
Good. In terms of audio, I've been working a lot today, so I haven't had a chance to listen to music on them. But for spoken word, for video calls, these work great. They really do get sound across, and I can hear sound clearly with no hissing or crackling in the background. But
Nice.
ultimately, I need to do our final test with my cheesy music playlist. That's particular music tracks which try and trick lower quality earphones into struggling with a combination of bass and treble at the same time. I'm quietly positive about these. Until I've tested that, I can't be entirely positive, but I think that so far they've done very, very well. And for a set of earphones which have a recommended retail price of around about £60 sterling, that's around about 85 US dollars, they are definitely worth the money so far in my experience. But what we were just looking at on Amazon is that you can get an extra 30% off and bring the price down to $39.99. And at that price, SoundPEATS have a very, very competitive product.
Yeah, the microphone sounds good. I can sometimes hear a bit of a popping, but I'm not sure if this is because of Google Meet or because of the microphone. But most of the time, it's really good, and my headphones are quite sensitive, so maybe that's why. But let's leave it to our viewers to decide on their own.
Indeed, the recording itself will be for Tech Travel Geeks viewers to make up their minds on. But apart from that, all good. So thanks for the quick call, Lukash, and for the recording for this video. Let us know in a tweet whenever the setup video is ready for that Poco smartphone.
Will do.
Great. Speak to you soon. Okay then, so I'm back, and after a significant amount of time with the SoundPEATS Mini Pro, both connected to my work PC, my personal PC, a few phones, I have some thoughts on these sub £50 earphones. So I'm saying that because, as we said in the video before, the recommended retail price in the UK seems to be £59.99. But you can, through Amazon, get that at a lower price using a voucher. So I'll link in the description to where you can purchase these on Amazon. The going price is between £40 and £50, depending on your situation. And I think that value for money, these are an excellent set of headphones. Now let's start off with the fit and finish. So these are compact earphones. They fit inside your ear and produce a decent amount of sound. The reason for that is you perceive better sound because you have passive noise cancellation with the silicon tips, essentially blocking out outside sound. But that's not all. These have active noise cancellation. So you tap and hold your left finger on the S shield on the SoundPEATS Mini Pro, and that will cycle you through active noise cancellation, pass-through audio, and more importantly, the normal mode. So obviously, if you have pass-through and active noise cancellation on, it will use more battery. But with active noise cancellation on, I got a 4-hour stint out of these. So that's pretty decent. Obviously, to get the 7 hours of advertised battery life from the earbuds, I expect you to have to use it in normal mode. But I have to say, active noise cancellation is very good, and paired with those silicon tips, you get a pretty good result. Now, over long periods of time, for me, these were comfortable with the medium tips in them. They worked well. So good overall fit, they're nice and compact, and the case is dinky, it's small. Now, obviously you have US Type-C for charging, as we saw earlier. There is no wireless charging. I suppose that's a fair trade-off for a set of earphones in this price range. And You heard what the microphones sound on a Google Meet call, as we called Lukash earlier. But the key thing is the sound when you're listening to content. So for spoken word, for audiobooks, podcasts, watching YouTube videos, it is a great set of earphones. Perfectly clear sound, plenty of bass, but it doesn't, not at the cost of treble. They're a well-rounded set of earphones. With videos on YouTube, there is an pretty much imperceptible lag. And if you want to reduce that even further and pretty much be in sync with whatever game you're playing or whatever video you're watching, you can tap and hold to go into game mode. And that will speed up the whole Bluetooth transactions to make sure you have pretty much no lag. So playing games with this set of earphones is very, very good. I would say it's on par with the EXA GT1. So sound all round did very well, even with my test playlist, which I will link to in the description to this video. That gives you the option to try out your earphones and also catch out any ones that have subpar setups and maybe are overly bassy at the cost of treble. These were not tripped up, they handled sound very, very well, and I'd say they're so well rounded, they're on a par with, say, the Samsung Buds Live, or even maybe something such as the Huawei, the FreeBuds Pro. So great set of earphones overall, one that I can recommend, and we'll link in the description to where you can purchase these on Amazon. Obviously that's an affiliate link, you'll be supporting Tech Travel Geeks if you do purchase from there. So please do if you do make the decision to purchase these earphones. Now, if you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. We cover consumer electronics, gadgets, and accessories, which we believe make the travel experience better. Not only do we do Earphone Tuesdays and cover earphones, but we're in the middle of covering some accessories such as smartwatches and other smartphones and gadgets that we think make the travel experience better. So please subscribe, have that notification bell on, and for now, thanks for watching and goodbye from me.